Okay, welcome to today's episode. My name is Robert, and today I want to introduce you to a new in-between content format I'm publishing here, or at least I'm experimenting with. It's called Reminder Notes, and Reminder Note episodes will be published in between the regular episodes. They are more unscripted and uncut content, as you can see, not as perfectionized as the rest of the content here or as the interview series now upcoming as well. So I try to publish when I have time or when there is like an interesting reminder note episode idea coming up in my head. So maybe you know that sometimes you just have this moment of enlightenment or like an aha moment in your everyday life. Like you're learning or something you experienced which gave you the feeling like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's something I should apply to my life. And could also be some kind of reminder, something you want to remember, you definitely want to implement in your daily routines or habits, right? But usually, at the best case, you write it down somewhere, like on a mind map, if you have something like that, or in a journal. But in most cases, you forget about it. In the worst case, you don't even write it down, right? It's just like popping up in your head, and then you forget about it again. So this is why I want to put the reminder notes here for you as a listener, because I think it's super helpful, but also from a more selfish perspective here, because then I have a way to remind myself to different important ahas and learnings I had in my, I would say, journey here as a highly sensitive person, but also in general in psychology or personal development. So an experiment to record these reminders and share them with you so you can also profit from them. You can also share your learnings, your reminders here with the community, so feel free to put them down in the comments or in the FAQ area. Today's reminder is you're highly sensitive. And if you're a highly sensitive person, you often forget about that fact. So you often try to adapt to people or to a life situation that is less sensitive and less attached to a highly sensitive perception of the world. And this could happen, for example, when you try to keep up with a lot of, let's say, events or parties happening, when your friends want to go out regularly and you try to keep up with that. Okay, or you're at work and you're facing some difficulties. Say like you have difficulties to call people, right? To be more socially extrovert, to connect with people, or to be a bit more dominant in your job, and you're struggling with that. And then you just ask yourself again and again, why am I struggling with that so much, right? And maybe you developed some bad beliefs, not bad beliefs, but some not very helpful beliefs, which then come up in your system. And you just think again, like your thoughts spinning around, and you think, why am I just so sensitive? Right? Could be also such a situation as you cry, maybe even at work, or something really emotionally overwhelms you, and then you have this thought like, why am I so sensitive? Or Why can't I deal with that situation as all the other people can deal with it, right? Why am I not in that particular position in life yet? And all the other people, they can easily climb up that ladder. It seems so easy to them. Why can't I be the person that makes it look so easy, right? So technically, you're decreasing your self-worth here in a way, because you're talking bad to yourself and you're reinstalling some not very helpful beliefs here. So what's really important here is to constantly remind you that you're more of a sensitive kind, or your personality has this potential area of being more sensitive, right? Also, you could be like an introvert, or you see that different aspects here just do not suit to your personality. And as I said, you decrease your self-worth by comparing yourself in that situation. This is why it's so important to first remind yourself that you are a highly sensitive person, if you are, of course, right? This is like, if you're non-HSP, then this is obviously not a good reminder for you, because you are not. But if you identify yourself as a more of the sensitive kind, then this could be helpful to first remind you. Right. And second, that's also very important to frame it in a helpful and positive way for yourself. Say like, I am a highly sensitive person, and that is great, right? That's a strength. And we already had that on the podcast before, the strengths of highly sensitive people that make them absolutely lovable. There are many of them. So it's important to remind yourself in that situation that it's a great thing and a gift to be highly sensitive, and that there is a talent in that. There are some things in life only you can experience and achieve here, caused by that personality trait. So for example, even if you are struggling, let's say building up couple relationships, even if you're maybe not the most dominant person in your job, on the other hand, you are very probably empathetic. You have a skill to build up deep and meaningful relationships, even if not with everyone. So in these situations, it's really helpful to remind you about that you're highly sensitive. Also make sure that the identification still with high sensitivity doesn't mean that your whole personality is based on that singular trait, right? You are not just highly sensitive, even if the reminder is called that you are highly sensitive, right? Your high sensitivity influences a couple areas of your life, but it doesn't make up your whole personality. That's also very important to remind yourself on. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you're worthless because of your high sensitivity, that you are not able to achieve certain things, or you're not able to catch up, for example, in social life, remind yourself that you're a highly sensitive person, that this trait comes at some cost, but also the trait is a gift that gives you the opportunity to experience the world in a really specific and unique way. And if you're still not convinced, definitely listen to the other episodes here on the podcast about the strengths of it just pays. So that was the first reminder note episode here, kind of unscripted. I didn't cut it as much as the other episodes, but I think that's maybe a nice try for a new concept, more spontaneous concept here. And I hope it was really helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments here on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to. And definitely subscribe to the podcast if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming reminder notes or of the regular episodes or interviews. I see you in the next episode.